they needed maybe some females to teach them, because 30 to 60 minutes, that's a little, I mean, I guess if it's your doctor,
I mean,
it might take
who's to say that they weren't
Maybe
just
they're just
milking
helping
it?
out.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
true. Yeah.
Like,
Or
it's
being
just working.
yeah.
It should be a quick technique. And they're like,
No,
I don't
it's
know.
not
It's
working.
taking an hour. You got to do it 3 times a day. I'm starting to feel better.
Disclaimer.
Everything in this podcast is our personal opinion and for entertainment only. We are not experts and everything is alleged. Don't take us too seriously. Do your own research and enjoy the chaos.
Hey y'all, welcome to the absolute mess that is the Feral Creatures of Chaos podcast, broadcasting live from the depths of the feral sphere, where sanity goes to die and weirdness thrives. Lurking in the sphere with me tonight.
Hi, I'm Betty.
Narcy.
Hey, it's Madge.
I'm Helen. Buckle up, hydrate, and hang on. Let's get feral.
Hello, ladies. How's it going?
Hello. Going good. Finally Wednesday.
It has been a slow week, I feel. And maybe it's a new moon. A new moon always has like a sluggish, like hazy. I just woke up from a 3-hour nap kind of vibe. Yours like,
yeah, totally.
She's calling me out right now.
That's
it's that kind of energy.
Felt.
Yeah, it's just the energy where it's like, I don't even know, like I was like looking for something today and it was in my hand the whole time. You know, those kinds of days.
Yes.
Yeah.
I get that.
But have any of you been feral? Sorry.
So... yes, all the time. I haven't. I have been in a daze probably because of the new moon, but also I was like, how did it start getting dark so soon already? Like that felt like that happened all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Did we have daylight when we were in NOLA, or is that November?
No, it's not till later, but
I thought they moved it up, but I thought they canceled it. I can't keep up.
I don't know.
I wish they would.
Like, leave it where it is.
They said that they were going to, like, it was like canceled and they passed a
know.
law. And then, but yeah, here we go again.
Yeah.
This one I don't mind. Like, I want us to go back. I feel like that's the real time, is to fall back. I feel like spring forward's fake time. You know? Do you guys
then you have to get up earlier. And you guys know me.
It just doesn't feel right. It feels unnatural, and that's why it's fake. Because they're like trying to tell me. Like, if I were to tell you right now, actually, Narcy, it's only 11 a.m. and you're on your lunch break, how would you feel about that?
Oh my god, I would die.
But yeah, that's just how it goes.
I'd throw myself off the second story window that is my office. I swear, like literally today, I was looking at the clock and I was like, it's still 1 o'clock. How is it still 1 o'clock? I just, like 2 hours ago, it was 1 o'clock. What?
I'm going to make an anonymous tip to submit you to get a ground level office. I'm worried about you now. Get you on the ground level. You can't go far.
Luckily, there's like a roof right outside the window, so it's not going very far.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man. I was a little feral driving home today. Because I realized that my freaking inspection sticker is way past overdue, and now they passed that law in Mass that they cancel your insurance and everything if you get pulled over without your inspection sticker being up to date. Oops. So I was like, it just like dawned on me, and I looked and I'm like, June. Oh shit. Like yeah, I'm like 4 months.
That's a little far away.
Just a little
bit. So is an inspection sticker?
Literally,
we don't have those over here.
I was like, so inspection sticker is an inspection sticker the same thing as a registration sticker, or is that different?
No, it's different.
What's
so we have to
sticker?
Yeah, I was like, we don't have that.
Really?
But but Narcy and I are different because I have a smog check. I had to get a smog check every year. And I have to pass that in order to be able to register my car again for the year. But California doesn't do that, which is why it's also so polluted over there.
No, we do though.
Do that.
It's like every 2 years or something over here, or every other year or something. I don't know. I'll have to
used to
check.
do that every year. It was not called smog though. It was just take it through emissions. But we don't do it anymore.
Admissions or emissions?
Emissions. That's what smog check is.
Not admissions. Yeah, but we just don't call it smog.
Smog.
It's called smog check. We have places that say smog check on
emissions test.
Okay, it's every 2 years here.
So inspection, do they like check your vehicle's engine?
Yeah, what do they do?
Yeah, they put it on like a lift, and they check all that. They check your lights, your blinkers, your engine, your brakes. Yeah, and we have to do this every year. You pay
Crazy.
$35.
Oh, that's so invasive.
Wild.
Yeah, $35 every year, and every year the color of the sticker changes. So I started noticing like everyone had blue, and I'm looking at mine. I'm like, why is mine yellow? And I'm like, oh shit! And that's when I was like, oh, because I'm 4 months behind. Hello. But yeah, I had to like, and then I'm like trying to rush home because I'm like, I live in Mass. We're called Mass fools for a reason. I do speed, but with caution. Like I just have that in me. So I'm like speeding, but like everywhere I looked, I'm like, oh my God, why is there so many police officers out today? And I'm just like, please don't look my way. So yeah, that was my little feral moment. Now I couldn't wait to get there. And it only takes like literally 5 minutes, especially because like I have a newer vehicle.
Yeah.
But it's just the point, like $35 every year. And then you gotta do registration, which is every 2 years. That's how they do it over here. So you got to renew registration every 2 years, which is 65, and inspection stickers every year, 35.
$65?
Yes.
Dollars,
Yes.
Oh, honey. Oh, honey. Oh,
Ours is like 35.
Oh my God.
oh my God.
Why are we always
30,
crying in the West
32,
Coast because of
50?
these bitches?
I am sobbing
bullshit
in
stuff.
California over here. Mine's like
Yeah.
350
Holy shit.
every year. Yes.
Yeah, mine's 200, so I
Yes.
can't really complain, but still 200. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I guess I won't complain about the
That
inspection
doesn't
sticker every
include
year.
that doesn't
Yeah.
include the smog
And
check that costs
If
more
we're gonna
money.
go get a smog check, that's like another $60 to $100,
Yeah.
probably, right? Like, yeah,
Mhm.
no, you guys. Oh my God.
Oh,
Plus
like
the
33,
$10
I'm good
convenience
for the
fee for the
year.
smog check place.
We're-
Just go ahead and do that for me because I'm not going to go to the DMV on top of this.
Yeah.
Hell no.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Oh my
Well, I
God.
guess I'll be staying on the East Coast with my broke ass.
Right?
Shit.
Yeah, it's expensive,
Oh, God.
but West Coast is the best coast.
Oh, yeah.
That's
That's the
debatable.
mantra.
Prices.
That's the mantra we tell ourselves every morning.
Exactly.
Like,
I'm
wow.
like, that's
it is,
debatable.
it is.
I'm just saying.
I just got to
Oh my
breathe
God.
the somewhat polluted air, and I'm like home. You
Oh.
know.
It's okay. We know what we got over here, Betty, don't we?
Yeah, that's
And
right.
what's that?
We got the best seafood on our end, just saying. Best seafood
We have
over here.
seafood here. We have good
Yeah,
seafood.
yeah. Uh-huh.
That's all right.
It's a whole different ocean over here. So
Yeah, I know.
that's- Not to brag, but the Pacific is the biggest.
Doesn't mean it's the best.
It does.
We're about to have an East Coast, West Coast.
Oh.
Oh,
Before we start
listen.
getting feral on each other over which coast is better, when it's obvious the West Coast. Helen, you have a feral moment?
Unless you count this morning when we had like a staff meeting and one of the girls always makes, they're called no bakes. It's like a peanut butter oat chocolate situation.
Some of your healthy shit
And-
again?
What?
Is it
like
like
a
a healthy
pie?
thing, or is it an actual like
Like a
dessert?
cookie. It's like
Huh,
a cookie.
Okay.
Like
It's
cookie
me. It's a
dough?
cookie.
Oh, so it's healthy. Okay.
No, I mean it's
No.
it's peanut butter and oats. Maybe.
Okay.
A lot of sugar
Yeah.
though.
Okay.
And as soon as I turn the corner, I see that container. And the girl that makes them is like, hurry up, hide them. Here she is. So I ran over there, grabbed it, took the bowl out of her hand, snatched one out, and gave it back. And they're like, those are for this other chick. It's her birthday. And I was like, oops. So I
So
said,
you
"It's
are
okay.
the cookie monster.
I just want this one. I
Wait, they
stole a
just brought
cookie.
them in for one person?
Yeah, because it was her birthday. So I guess that was her birthday gift. But
And they were
Well,
running
that's
and
all you
hiding them
do.
from you, and you still grabbed
Yeah.
it?
yeah.
Good. They should. You don't just bring one in, like some in for one person. You got to bring it for
Probably
everybody.
Yeah,
didn't
you
have
can
money to
bring
buy her a gift.
extras.
She baked her cookies, you know?
Should have wrapped a bow on it so I would have known and
Yeah,
not be like,
put it
oh,
to so and so. You don't like,
playing a
yeah,
game.
that's not good office etiquette. Like you can bring extra for them, like special extra for them, but then you provide it for everybody.
Yeah.
This
I
is
agree.
you're probably the type of person that eats somebody's lunch and thinks it's okay.
No, I wouldn't do that.
Not you,
No.
talking to Narcy.
Oh, no.
okay.
No, I
I
don't
brought
touch
back
other people's
beignets,
food.
So we did have those today as well.
I think if it's in a public place where other public treats are placed, it's fine. But if it's like in a fridge or on someone's desk, like don't put your little hands in there.
Well, yeah. Where was
in
it
a
though?
public area.
Yeah.
It was
was
a
a-
public
yeah.
area. It's always-
Exactly. So all fair game right there.
Right?
Finders keepers.
Yeah.
That's right.
Was there a
Finders
name on
keepers,
the
Cookie
cookie thing?
eaters.
There was not.
Was there a bow wrapped around it?
There was not.
Okay, so you did
Yeah.
nothing wrong.
Right.
Game.
You are free to enjoy that cookie.
Don't have cookie shame.
I did. I enjoyed it very much. No, I don't care that I stole it. I just took it without asking. Also
Well,
wiped a
It was
booger
there
on
for
her.
the taking.
Yeah, I wiped a booger on her the day before, so
Ew.
it wasn't mine. It wasn't mine. It was one of the little babies.
That was so random.
She like touched my face, and I'm giving her to her mother, and her mom's like, "Oh, I think she wiped a booger on you." And I was like, "Oh, great!" So I wiped it off, and then I wiped it on.
You know,
other
I think
girl's
the
hand.
only time I ever hear about like shit or poop or
It's
urine or
me.
boogers, it's
Yeah.
always Helen.
Yeah.
Like every
It's my
fucking
life.
time. Every fucking
It's because
time.
it's my life.
Yeah.
You chose it.
Help me.
You know, for all the weird stuff we get up to, history still manages to out feral us. Some of it is so unhinged, you'd swear it was made up, like the world collectively said, plot twist, and forgot to stop. Take Boston, 1919, noon sun on a cold day, and the Purity Distilling Company's massive molasses tank, 50 feet tall, 90 feet wide, starts to creak and groan under the weight of 2.3 million gallons of syrup meant for rum. And then poof, a dark wave tears through the north end at 35 miles per hour, 25 feet high in places. Horses drown mid gallop, rail cars twist like tin, and whole buildings ripped from their foundations. The air turns sweet and suffocating. People said it looked like breathing death that smelled like cookies. 21 people are dead and 150 injured, and the rescue crews wading through the caramel sludge that hardened overnight. Decades later, Boston still smelled faintly of molasses on hot days, a city literally haunted by dessert. And that's where we're headed tonight, into the sticky, absurd, totally real corners of unhinged history. Any of you think a tidal wave of molasses was wild? Wait until Betty cracks open her chapter of unhinged history. It's got the same energy, minus the carbs.
All right, my pharaoh friends, let's set the stage. It's the summer of 1518 in Strasbourg, part of the Holy Roman Empire, modern day France. It's brutally hot, the crops are failing, the people are starving, and the city reeks of desperation. And then something impossible happens. A woman named Frau Trophea steps into the street and begins to dance. No music, no celebration, just wild, frenzied movement, arms flailing, feet pounding on cobblestone for hours, which turned into days. At first, people think she's possessed. Then she collapses from exhaustion. But when she wakes up, she keeps going. Within a week, dozens more join her. Within a month, some say hundreds. On the streets of Strasbourg become a chaotic scene of people dancing until their feet bleed. They're laughing, crying, collapsing, as if trapped in their own bodies. This is what historians call the dancing plague of 1518, sometimes nicknamed the laughing plague, because reports said some people laughed hysterically as they danced. It's one of the strangest mass events ever recorded, a case where people literally danced themselves to death. This is what we know what happened. Contemporary records from city officials and physicians confirm it wasn't just rumor. People danced day and night, seemingly unable to stop. Some reports claimed up to 400 dancers, though the real number is debated. City leaders were terrified. The physicians of the time didn't believe it was demonic. They said it was a natural illness caused by hot blood rising to the brain. Their solution? They ordered musicians to play and built a stage in the city square, hoping the dancers would just dance it out. Big mistake. The music only fueled the mania. The crowds grew. Some dancers died of heart attacks or just exhaustion. Eventually, the authorities banned music and dancing entirely. The afflicted were loaded onto wagons and taken to a shrine of Saint Vitus in the nearby mountains. A saint believed to have power over dancing manias. Their priest performed rituals, placed crosses in their hands, and sprinkled them with holy water. Slowly, the movement faded away, and by September, it was over. There was some eyewitness descriptions. Accounts from the time described people dancing in convulsions, laughing until they fell senseless, and screaming in agony as their bodies moved without their will. Chroniclers have said some collapsed, some begged for help, and others moved as if in a trance. The city's sermons even warned that God might punish those who mocked the dancers. So, what was it? Historians have wrestled with this mystery for centuries. There's no single answer, but several strong theories. The first theory they had was mass hysteria. This is the most accepted explanation. The people of Strasbourg were under massive stress, famine, disease, poverty, fear of divine punishment. And that kind of psychological pressure cooker, one's personal breakdown could have spread through suggestion like a contagious trance. I think of it as a 16th century version of group panic, except instead of screaming or rioting, it manifested as uncontrollable dancing. Modern historian John Waller argues that the dancers weren't faking. Their minds and bodies were genuinely overcome by psychological trauma that expressed itself through movement. Another theory is the LSD bread, ergot poisoning. Another theory blames ergot, a fungus that grows on damp rye and produces chemicals similar to LSD. Eating infected bread could cause hallucinations, convulsions, and muscle spasms. So maybe the town got accidentally high on poisonous bread. It's an attractive idea, but modern day scientists think it's unlikely. Ergotism causes painful cramps and gangrene, not rhythmic dancing for weeks on end. And not everyone in town would have eaten the same contaminated grain. So then there's another one, religious or supernatural possession. Back then, people saw this through a spiritual lens. Many believed the dancers were cursed by Saint Vitus, a patron saint of dancers and epileptics. Some thought it was divine punishment for sin. Others said it was demonic possession. It's why the church performed exorcisms and pilgrimages to Saint Vitus' shrine, trying to break what they believed was a spiritual affliction. And then they thought neurological or infectious causes. A few medical historians suggest diseases like epilepsy, encephalitis, or even mass poisoning from heavy metals might explain the convulsions, but none of these quite fit the mass synchronized weeks-long nature of the event. A more symbolic idea, some scholars think the dance might have begun as a ritual act, maybe a form of protest, devotion, or ecstatic religion. That spiraled out of control once fear and suggestion kicked in. The aftermath. When it finally ended, the city moved on, but the event burned itself into European folklore. Strasbourg banned street music for years, and the phenomenon, this dancing mania, popped up again in other regions for centuries, though never on this scale. It's a haunting reminder of how fragile the human psyche can be, how collective stress, faith, and fear can merge into something physical, something terrifying real. And a few other places that outbreaks like these happened was in, sorry, I know I'm going to butcher these words, Aachen, Germany in 1374. There was a major outbreak began here, triggering a chain of reaction that spread mania through the region. Cologne, Germany, and Flanders, Netherlands. These were the parts of the widespread 1374 outbreak. Trier, Germany. A few decades after the 1374 outbreak, Trier experienced a similar event. And also Switzerland outbreaks were recorded in Schaffhausen in Zurich, I don't know, in 1428. Italy, the 1374 outbreak spread to various regions in Italy. Erfurt and Arnstadt, Germany, an incident in 1237 involved children dancing for miles between these two cities. Basel, Switzerland, a group of children reportedly danced uncontrollably here in 1536. And in Anhalt, Germany, a single individual is reported to have experienced a dancing episode in 1553. So was it madness, poison, a curse, or maybe just the body's last desperate dance against a world that has lost its rhythm? Thoughts?
Yes.
Early raves.
Right? Early raves.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
I think maybe there was like a few people that ate that LSD bread, and they were like
Mhm.
dancing and stuff. And then just like how things would catch on, like with mass hysteria, especially religious, they were like, oh, they're possessed by the devil, and then like it was like contagious. And then I think people just pretended, and they couldn't
Yeah.
stop, and then they literally pretended themselves to death.
Yeah.
Right? It's crazy.
I mean, yeah, people do that like in churches and stuff. They have the whole
Mhm.
thing where like I mean, as far as we know, it's not like real. The whole like speaking in tongues and freaking out, doing that
Yeah,
whole thing.
yeah.
Like,
Mhm.
yeah.
Mm. I
Mhm.
remember being in a Christian church, and when they started doing that, my head flew up so fast. I'm like, what the hell?
You're all, what? Yeah.
I'm like, I need out of here now.
Because what else could it have been?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know.
It,
And was
maybe
it was it contagious? Like muscle spasms,
I know. And not like they
Neurotoxins or something?
gas leak, or I don't know in those
Yeah.
days what
Yeah.
they had gas.
I mean, there can be gas from like the ground and stuff,
Mhm.
though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But
maybe
like,
there
why
might
did a
be.
lot of it happen in Germany? Like,
Or like
that's
a poisoned well that was just poisoning them over
Yeah.
time. It
right.
all happened to pop
Ooh.
off at the same time.
Mhm.
Right. They all ate at the same bakery with the
Yeah.
same LSD bread.
I was like, maybe that bakery was doing real well and it was selling to other villages, you know,
Yeah.
and that's why how it
Oh.
was spreading, you know.
But the fact that they're like, oh, here's how we're gonna solve it, and then they built a stage, and I was like,
Yeah.
let's have a band
Hire to
play.
ban the place 24/7.
I know.
Let them dance it out. Get out of their
Dance it
systems.
out.
How did that go?
And like it lasted for months, which is like insane. Like
Yeah.
people died. Like they didn't
Well,
stop
imagine
to go
how
to the
left out you would feel
bathroom.
if everyone in your village is dancing and you're like, I'm so
Yeah.
bored. I guess I'll
I
just
guess
go
I have-
pretend. I got it too.
I know, it's wild. History is wild.
Yeah, that was pretty freaking unhinged. I don't know how Helen's gonna be able to top
I
that.
don't know.
Well, for
Whale.
starters, we're going back to Sticky, Massachusetts.
Ooh, popping off.
That's right.
Why
So,
y'all
I don't know-
attacking the east side?
I don't know what's going on. up
Hey, we're just
there,
saying some fucked up shit
but-
happens there.
Yeah, you ain't
Yeah.
lying though.
So this is way back in my day, 1981. So imagine you're walking home from school, you got your backpack bouncing, the smell of late spring rain in the air, and from the edge of the woods, a little clown's waving.
No.
Not the kind in the circus that's making your little balloon doggy or your sword. This one's silent,
Ugh.
watching. So over the next few weeks, kids all across Massachusetts, later on New Jersey and Illinois, start telling the same story. Clowns, not just in the woods, but in vans, particularly black vans, trying to lure them away. Police are searching, parents are panicking, but nothing. There's no vans, no clowns, no proof, just whispers and fears. So that was the beginning of what some people call the Phantom Clown Panic of 1981. As I said, in Brookline, Massachusetts, reports of sinister clowns in black vans. Now, these vans, like they said, they had ladders on the side and broken headlights, no hubcaps, are like hanging around near schools and playgrounds. Within days, similar reports are all around the surrounding states. Parents are keeping kids home. Towns hold emergency meetings. The press is telling families to be on the lookout. The clowns are everywhere, watching out for these clowns. But they never caught a single one. There was not one credible confirmed sighting. Every time the cops would go out to the places where they were, they would find nothing. There was one clown that Boston issued a citywide bulletin for. He was seen in a black van near Franklin Park in Roxbury, and this was near the Curley School in Jamaica Plain, naked from the waist down.
Ew.
So
son
they
of a
wanted him
bitch.
for questioning.
Yeah, what he did.
Yeah.
And then I think on May 9th, the Globe reported that a clown driving a pickup was stopped by the police in Randolph, but he was delivering a clownogram. So, they let him go.
Likely story.
So, they couldn't find these clowns, but it just spread like wildfire. a collective hallucination, maybe fed by anxiety, headlines, and the imagination. But let's fast forward 35 years later. It's now 2016. Now, I remember this. I don't know if you guys remember, but we had them here. Um, there was some viral videos that showed up on social media. And then what's it about? Clowns stepping out of the shadows. They're like hanging out at stoplights and, out in the woods again. This started this time again.
Like, they do this all the time.
This time it was in South Carolina. So, and the kids that are seeing these back in the 80s were like 5 to 7 years old. So now they're saying that kids are standing at the edge of the woods, waving them down. There's no black vans this time, but they're just like waving and trying to get them into the woods. Like their little noses are blinking in the dark. So dozens of states start coming out with all these reports of clowns lurking by the road, spotted near schools and parking lots, carrying balloons, baseball bats, and even machetes. Some are just pranksters. Like, when all this is going on, my husband decides that he's going to go buy a clown costume, and he stands at our stoplight. He's just standing there with a stop sign in front of our house, and I'm like, dude, you're going to get shot if you don't do that. Stop doing that.
That was the perfect opportunity for you to run him over. Self-defense.
Yeah.
Self-defense.
Right? You didn't know it wasn't a scary clown. Yeah.
You thought it was one of those balloons that they pop up.
Right.
Like the ones at the car dealership that blow.
But poor Ronald McDonald. Oh, could have been.
Yeah.
Poor Ronald McDonald even stopped public appearances for a while because,
Good. He was creepy as F anyways.
He's still creepy.
Yeah.
Have you seen the old versions of him?
Yeah.
But as soon as that stuff, it starts going up and you're getting all hyped up, then it's gone just as fast as it came. So was it a crime wave, a hoax, or something deeper? Folklorists suggest these were modern moral panics, born from fear for our children, fueled by media, and decorated with the face paint of the absurd. So in 91, everything's in the newspaper, or 81, sorry, not 91. Everything's in the newspapers, you're reading this stuff. But in 2016, their YouTube clips, Facebook showing videos. So creepy. But no matter the decade, the pattern's the same. A few eerie reports, a rumor takes shape, authorities confirm nothing, but belief spreads faster than fact. The clown becomes a mirror, reflecting what a community fears most at the moment: a hidden stranger, a threat no one can quite see, the uncanny smile that masks intent. And the irony? The clown's a symbol of laughter, but it becomes a symbol of dread. So, they never left behind bodies or evidence, just the footprints in the mind. They remind us how quickly a whisper can become a warning and how easily imagination can stage a modern myth. Kids saw clown in the woods. Adults saw meaning in the fear. Like ghosts of the collective psyche, the jesters danced in their brief dance of dread, a performance written not on the streets or alleys, but in rumor, media, and the human imagination. And then, just like always, the clowns disappear.
Well, I want to know who said that clowns were like a symbol for laughter, because they just creep me out.
I've never liked them.
Nothing seems like friendly or approachable or like be around children.
Yeah.
They're just like adults being weirdos. That's like
exactly.
Yeah.
And being inappropriate and think I'm a clown.
I'm like, no.
I want to ask you ladies,
That's
she
not
brought it
cute.
up. Does anyone know the real story behind Ronald McDonald? The clown?
No.
What he's based off of?
Why do you think he has such a creepy face?
Because it's fucking creepy, bro. It's
What is
creepy
it?
Creepy. I'm sure I've read this, but I can't remember.
So I'm going to refresh your memory. It was in the 1800s. Ronald McDonald was a clown that used to work for the circus, and he used to lure kids into his tent, and he used to make these little boxes for him with a little wooden toy. It would be like a little top or a little train, and he would give them snacks because back in the 1800s, food was scarce, so the kids would
Yeah.
go there and be all happy, and he would be like, all right, come back. And he would always tell them to come back the last day that they were going to be there. And he's like, and I'll give you more. And then children started disappearing. So he was basically giving them a Happy Meal and telling them to come back the last day that they were going to be there, so he could steal the children and do God knows what to them and leave. Yeah, look it up. It's creepy, because when I learned that, I'm like, frick
Why
McDonald's.
did they use that? That's so weird.
Exactly. And if you look at his picture from the 1800s, he has that creepy freaking smile. He used to paint that creepy smile
Ew.
that Ronald McDonald
And to
has.
think that you have like the Ronald McDonald Charity House, like, ew,
Mhm.
for kids, that's creepy.
Yeah, totally.
Ugh. Well, Narcy,
Well,
can you take us somewhere that's not going to be so dark?
well, mine kind of involves clowns, but a different kind of
Ugh.
clowns.
Oh, joy.
Basically, men.
Oh, okay. We can go down with that.
Okay. So back in the 1800s, like early 1900s, hysteria was a diagnosis for women. They would diagnose women who had anxiety, insomnia, irritability, tendency to cause trouble, and wanting an education were all symptoms of hysteria. And they they were looking for cures. I don't know if they did hysterectomies or what, but it's because of the hold on, I have the root of it here somewhere. Hystera is the Greek word for uterus. So it's basically, you have a uterus, you have a problem back in the day, because they were clowns, right? And they figured out actually a pretty good cure for it, and it was called hysterical paroxysm, paroxysm, right? And it became a very popular medical treatment. And it was mostly male doctors, or all male doctors back then. Maybe there might have been a few female doctors. But the treatment took about 30 to 60 minutes per patient. And the doctors were exhausted after it, because it was all physical work they were doing on these women. They would get manual strain, their hands and wrists were exhausted, so they were looking for a solution. There was a doctor named Dr. Joseph Mortimer Granville, and he invented the percuteur. Percuteur, right? And this he had invented earlier on for men's muscle pain. So they would use it for men, massage and that kind of a thing, right? So in the early stages of this, this was this huge electronic medical grade thing that they were using on these women, but it was faster, they were getting better results, and it took less effort. So the doctors weren't, like, the physical toll they were doing was a lot less. And by the 1900s, this percuteur was like the first household electric appliance available, and it became very popular. It was advertised in women's magazines as a relaxation device and a nervous fatigue reliever, and it was pitched as self-care. And let's see what else. They also had ads in like mainstream media and movies, because that was all coming out right at that time. And it became kind of like a social thing, where a lot of women were using this and had it in their homes. And then they figured out what it really was. And it was a vibrator.
I was waiting. I'm like, what could this be? It's not a lobotomy. It has to be something good.
Yes. So that is how the vibrator was invented, to cure women of their ails, because doctors in the beginning were, the word hysterical paroxysm is actually orgasm. So doctors were manually stimulating women. Who knows what else. Oh, Helen has a picture of it.
Nice
the
little
original
visual.
graphic. But obviously, it was taking them 30 to 60 minutes. So clearly
I feel
they
like this
couldn't,
is a technique that needs to be brought back. That boys should be raised
yeah.
knowing how to do
right?
this.
Yeah. But I think they needed some better practicing back then. Like they needed maybe some females to teach them, because 30 to 60 minutes, that's a little, I mean, I guess if it's your doctor,
I mean,
it might take
who's to say that they weren't
Maybe
just
they're just
milking
holding
it?
out.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
true. Yeah.
Like,
Or
like
just
it's
been
just
like,
working.
yeah.
It should be a quick technique. And they're like,
No,
I don't
it's
know.
not
It's
working.
taking an hour. You got to do it 3 times a day. I'm starting to feel better.
Yeah. And of course, doctors being like, oh, being all men, they were like, this is too hard. We need a machine that can do it.
We don't have that kind of time on our hands.
So that's how we got Joseph Mortimer, because he was a lazy guy who couldn't find it, right? So he had to get a machine to do it. So yeah, it was just kind of interesting. But then people realized what it was, and they were like, oh no, we don't want women to have easy access to stress relievers. So we're going to make it shameful and pull it off the market and take down all the advertising and not make it accessible. But luckily it's coming back in style. And apparently
Holy
we may
crap.
have pictures of it.
The prototype.
Yeah, the
That's
prototype.
strange looking.
Yeah, so
It seemed like you
that's
needed a
the-
manual effort for that, like to crank it
Yeah.
up. It's a lot of effort. I just like to press a button and go.
right? Anyways, that is the hysterical invention of the vibrator, history of the vibrator.
Damn, it was invented in the 1800s, huh?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Well,
It's
that
come
one.
a long way.
So I
I'll
guess
say,
if you need, if you need, something, just act hysterical.
Yeah.
Help! I'm hysterical. I'm hysterical.
Okay, well, history's been unhinged, and frankly, so have we. Let's see if the Oracle can offer a little clarity or at least a warning label. Helen, what do you
Well.
got for us?
I went with the Little Deck of Darkness.
The Little Deck of Darkness.
Little Deck of Darkness, yeah. It's created by Tess Trainer. We got The Ghost. The Ghost. What goes bump in the night or lives in the darkness? Is it a ghost, monster, or perhaps simply a memory? Why are you so afraid to sit still and listen? This ghost is not here to haunt you. It is merely delivering a message. The more you listen, the less you run, the clearer it will become. In most cases, ghosts are memories. What are you being called to remember?
Where vibrators were invented.
I was gonna
I
say,
was just
Yeah. And to stay away from clowns.
Well, maybe that's what they needed in the dance plague. They
Yeah.
just needed some vibrators.
Yeah.
to be
Right.
massaged and
Calm
they
the fuck
could've
down.
let it out.
Yeah, you're all hysterical.
all right. Well, before we start reenacting the medieval vibrators of the days of yore, let's wrap this up. So, what's the one historical fact that lives rent-free in your brain and makes you say, no way that actually happened? For me, there's one about this Pope. Can't think of his name, but he basically died, and his new person that was the new Pope was like still so angry and bitter at that Pope that he dug him up, grabbed his corpse, and then made him go through a trial for his crimes and his sins. So he would lose his like popetry or whatever, and he'd have to like chop off his hand, what remained of his fingers in his hand, and then I think fed him to the wolves or something dramatic. But like he literally made a corpse like stand trial. Obviously he couldn't talk, and when the body would fall forward, people would like fix it back up because it didn't even have like a head on it. Can you imagine having to go to trial?
That's
for this?
insane.
Talk about petty,
Right?
Yeah, just strip me of my titles. Don't dig me up. Just strip me of my titles. It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
Dead.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh my
That's
god.
crazy.
I mean, does that mean that like he wouldn't go to heaven or be in a special place.
Yeah,
and
he wouldn't be allowed in the Pope afterlife.
Right. So he was like in purgatory, and then
it was like crimes I'm sure that were made up, but like
Isn't
who's
it
gonna? How can he defend himself? He's
papistry or-
dead.
What do you call? Is it papal? What is the word for it? Papistry? Papistry? Sorry.
It's not one of my
Papist.
interests.
I was say I'm not religious. I don't know.
I don't care.
I don't know. It's just a word.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's papistry, refers to Roman Catholic belief and practices. Okay. But what does it mean if you're a pope?
Just means you're full of shit and you get to do it on a large scale.
Right. That's true. Women couldn't have bank accounts in some states until like 1960 or something like that.
Mhm.
And like we couldn't vote until, I mean, like all the
We
stuff
couldn't
that women,
own property.
Yeah.
Yeah, all that.
those are things I think about a lot too. We're like,
Yeah.
Couldn't have
And
an
that, like-
orgasm
yeah.
without being hysterical.
right? Yeah.
Seriously.
You had some dirty old doctor like being like, well,
Right?
maybe this will work for you.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And like history don't make sense to me because like we give birth to everybody, right?
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
why do we get persecuted for everything? Like why is everything our fault? Why are we hysterical? Why are we crazy?
Fear and
Like
control.
Yeah.
seriously.
Yeah.
I read that in one of the books. They like just because they know we're smarter than them, and they're afraid that like you said,
Mhm.
Short
Oh.
dick men is what it is.
don't want no shot. What's the most unhinged moment in history you've ever heard? The kind that makes you go, ah, yes, humans have always been the problem.
Well, here's to the past being just as chaotic as the present. Proof that humans have always been a mess and we wouldn't have it any other way.